Abusanfo mema obi biara good afternoon. Megidi se awade ado obi ahoye. Enche bia ena NDC ebeye dedegu yasun. Ato is forcing because say almost dollar aba 10.3. But yenyina yebedi adanse say dollar na eba 10.3 no are reflecting in the economy, are reflecting in our pockets. Uko kroma said ye woto wo niema no saa na woto no es niema boa amba fom. Ya ante hwe su wodwom aduane bo ya ante so bibia ye koto wo ye de koto bia ya ante so dollar ba fom yi ubeko Bank of Ghana rate so 10.3 uko banks a unya dollar but uko aboti wa ba akoto no 12 cedis 13 cedis. Abusafo ye de yehu kan ye ena nditi fo ye be di atem so ye nja ya asem na ye ade a ye ntimi anya ya omo aba be ye no enu ntina ye ka ho asem. Bank of Ghana ebe ma NDC abai warning said dollar na omo di ye sika stabilize no omo njai as of January to March omo di 1.4 billion ena a share dollar nim na omo ye krampo na nka eso ba mfaso krampo a ebusiafo nka enye ya o omo ye no eso amba mfaso bia ene from asset ene omo de 4 billion ena a share dollar nim artificial dollar omo de 4 billion na a share e wa bra omo nim se Ghana yakọ IMF akọji 3 billion nanka adenti na momfa sa sika no enkotwia AYɛKa a ye de IMF mo de 4 billion e share dollar yi mu eso amma mfaso yante niema so omo use dollar e de ye omo adwuma no omo nya dollar mfa nyi endi omo dwuma are reflecting in our economy, are reflecting in our pockets. But like 4 billion na mo de share dollar nim no kam betimi dia ye bibi ama Ghana nyina ya benefit ene Accra to Kumasi kwan ena enkofo wu day in and day out enkofo wu day in and day out kam fa 4 billion no mo de share dollar nim no kam fa nye Accra Kumasi kwan kam fa 4 billion no enye bibi a oman mu nyina be benefit. Eso enam se NDC fo omo nie ni so ade hunu enam se NDC fo omo lucky ideas omo lucky innovation ti omo kukuru 4 billion e de ahye dollar mu a eso amba mfaso. Bank of IMF ababa ma NDC fo warning se sa sika na omo de share dollar ni omo njai eyesa ebe break ye Ghana ye completely. Abusiafo omuja ye be 3 days ni on se de bia dollar bo kosoro omuja ye 3 days ni dollar eba 10.8 and eba 10.9 ene 11 cedis ko adena NDC for mo pay for the optics na mo ka se mo deceive wan pa na mo fo se mo deceive no Ghana for ye hu ka kire mu na 8 months pemponi na niema Ghana ha niema ya trokanye bibia nkoso bibia ye basa NDC aban omo de meko be hye ye ni ase omo de meko be hye ye ni ase na omo de hye ye ni ase wi a ye ni beda ho next time ye koto aba ye be to ma obi a owo intelligent no owo innovative ideas a obetimi abeboa Ghana obetimi abeboa Ghana na ye be who the true colors of the NDC enu se omo 4 years ne nkwa wie ye no ye be who the true colors of the NDC osnomba mema obi biara good afternoon megidi se erade adom obi ahoye say the new patriotic party enche bia na ye kwa akoto aba e de yi ye flag bearer obigina ya name 2028 na kamia ye se omo yi omo ti se ye nkoto omo so aba nyina almost sorry na omo attack Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia left, right and center. Me hu ye nka wo pese ye to abama wa wo de policy ana wa no this sem ebeto eto ahene ne yesi ahene nim na omo gina so e de ato aba e de ama but esan say omo ni campaign message nti omo de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na aye twi apoya e na omo to sorry na we di na tem na we attack no na we attack the personality to the extent so omo de na yere krampo ebem na enche bia e na Brian Champon MET delegate na instead say ordain the policies better o manim no magina so e de ato aba amano no o accuse Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say e because of no enti na Ghana for anto aba anfama MPP esan say boko entoka nentia enso nyina ye beje di say boko ntoka ne krampo no e ba ya kwa na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye nwo no and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba responded with data we say for yentie Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia response no we a facts over propaganda.
2008 we had 1 seat. 2012 under President Akufo-Addo we had 0 seats. 2016 we had 2 seats. 2020 we had 1 seat, and 2024 we went back to 0 seats. What all the data is saying is that out of the 6 seats in the MPP, out of the 6 seats, the 11 elections, MPP has 0 in 6 of the 11 elections. So this is not an area that is a stronghold of the MPP. In fact, if you took the whole Boko zone, the 6 constituencies put together, we lost just 30,000 votes in 2024. So you can't look, it is not the Boko election that made us lose 2024. And we need to be very clear about that the data shows that the Boko factor was not a factor in the outcome of the 2024 elections, and we should stop moving in that direction. Another piece of propaganda people have been pushing, and it's very important, is a religious propaganda that because I was a Muslim, and that's why we didn't win. That is also not supported by the data. I'm a data person, so I always go and look at the data. And if in fact that was the case, you would see that MPP presidential and parliamentary candidates, if in fact people were voting according to religion, in most of the constituencies, the Christian parliamentary candidate should have been doing better than me, isn't it? But that was not really the case. In most of our strongholds, I was doing better in many constituencies than our parliamentary candidates. If you see in places like Efija Sechiri East, in Ashanti, Asante Akim Central, Asante Akim North, Akimawa Beja, Bekwai, Kwada, Soma, Pong, Manshia North, Manshia South, Mansun Edubia, Mansun Kwantan, Sharesun Sutra, Kwamambe Koso, Obuasi East, Obuasi West, Ofensu South, and then Sechiri Pram Place. This is just Ashanti. I did better than all the Christian parliamentary candidates in all these constituencies. So it doesn't show. My favorite example is Hassan South. Hassan South, my good friend Reverend Tim Forgio, was the candidate. He's a reverend, but I beat him in his constituency. So that cannot be the case, that it was because